If Orbital's 1991 debut was the announcement of a new force of electronic music, then Orbital 2, often called the Brown Album, was the proof that Paul and Phil Hartnell weren't just riding the acid house wave, but resharpening it into something more cinematic, intelligent, and endearing. Released in 1993, the record captures the spirit of the early 90s rave culture while planting seeds for what we'd call, IDM and progressive electronics. From the very start, Time Becomes sets the mood with Brian Cox sampled musings of the infinite. It's not just a throwaway intro, but a statement. Orbital is about space, both cosmic and emotional. And then Planet of the Shapes lumbers in an alien groove that feels like it could score a sci-fi film directed by Stanley Kubrick on ecstasy. And of course, the centerpiece is Halcyon On and On remains one of the most hauntingly beautiful pieces of electronic music ever written. And of course, it's been on soundtracks like Hackers and Mortal Kombat, of course. Built from the ethereal sample of Opus 3, It's a Fine Day, distorted and inverted into something ghostly. It balances bliss and melancholy in a way that still gives goosebumps decades later. It's the sound of nostalgia before nostalgia was even the point. But the album isn't all dreamscapes. Impact, The Earth is Burning, fuses political urgency with dance floor intensity, while Remind and Lush 3-1, 3-2 stretches out into hypnotic techno labyrinths, showing Orbital's gift for combining repetitive structure with subtle evolution. These tracks remind you that Orbital's true genius lies in their ability to make 9, 8, 9-minute songs feel alive and narrative driven, never static. Where their debut felt raw and rave ready, the Brown album showed maturity. It's cerebral without losing its pulse, experimental without losing its groove. It can soundtrack a warehouse party at 4 a.m. just as easily as a long train ride through the countryside. That duality is why Orbital stood apart from their peers and why this record still feels vital in 2025. In the pantheon of electronic music, Orbital 2 deserves its status as a cornerstone, not just for fans of techno and house, but for anyone curious about how electronic music grew from club culture into art form. It's hypnotic, it's human, and like its famous looping light spectacles, it keeps spiraling into infinity. So if you haven't listened to this album, dude, it's amazing. Check it out. Let me know what you think.